Welcome, guys. Welcome back to Let's Talk Axe podcast. On this week's episode, we're going to just be doing a recap of the game between Texas A&M and Arkansas. Guys, we saw Texas A&M take a victory against the Hogs. And my score prediction, if you guys remember, if you guys go back and watch that video, my score prediction was 41-21. Well, wasn't too far off from that. It wasn't too far off from that. The score of the game was actually Texas A&M. I'm just pulling up the stats here. Give me 1 second, guys. We'll pull up the stats from this game so we can break it down a little bit. The final score of the game was 42-21. So I wasn't far off from my prediction, guys. Like I was telling y'all, Arkansas has done a tremendous job making a turnaround in that program. Sam Pittman has done a great job with that team, but they are not they're not ready for Texas A&M. They're not ready to end that winning streak of Texas A&M in that Southwest Classic. It was a great game. One of the I would argue the best game that I've seen Kellen Mond play in the Texas A&M uniform. A lot of people would say maybe the Florida game, but I would definitely say this was his best game by far for me. Now, when we look at the box scores in the first in the first quarter, Texas A&M scored 14 points. Razorbacks scored 7. Second quarter, Texas A&M scored 14 points. Razorbacks scored 7. Coming out of the half, Texas A&M scored 14 points. Razorbacks scored 3. In the fourth quarter, in garbage time, the game was already out of hand. Texas A&M was calling very vanilla plays, just running it, basically trying to run that clock out. Texas A&M scored 0 in the fourth quarter, and Razorbacks scored 14 in trash time. So you know, one thing I have to give Arkansas credit for is when they go fast tempo, hurry up offense, they are they execute pretty well. I will say that much. They execute pretty well, and they have a solid defense. They have a solid defense. I mean, my hope is that they take down Tennessee. You know, because if we can beat a team, we can beat a team 42 to 31, and then they go out and be good the rest of the season. That makes us look even better. So I am definitely hoping that Arkansas goes out next week against Tennessee and has a great game. That's good for them, and it's even better for us. So Kellen Mond, guys. First of all, we're gonna do a little segment called "What I Feel Good About" after reviewing this game, and I'll start with Kellen Mond. Kellen Mond, guys. What I feel good about is that Kellen Mond has the ability to run this offense completely. He has the ability to run this offense. Jimbo trusts him with everything. He's able to check plays at the line of scrimmage. He's able to switch a pass play from a run play. He's able to run the options. He's able to run the quarterback read. He's able to run the whole entire offense. He's able to get down through his reads and get to the third level. You saw him making some deep throws this game as well. It didn't go for touchdowns, but I saw a lot of deep throws. Um, one to Vladimir, and another one. Can't remember who that other one was to. I want to say it was Hezekiah Jones, but he was doing a great job going through his reads, getting the ball out on time, and Kellen Mond has definitely stepped up. All those critics of Kellen Mond, even some Aggie fans who are, you know, very critical of Kellen Mond, I think it's time that we lay that to bed. And 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 I go back to this. I was watching the Arkansas podcast before the game even happened, and they were saying, is Jimbo Fisher overrated? Is he really a quarterback whisperer, or was he just, you know, overhyped or whatever? So the Arkansas podcast was saying, I think he's just overhyped. When he was at Florida State, the reason why he was doing so well was because he had a tremendous defense. And while I will agree with that, you also not giving him the credit that he deserves, man. He is a quarterback developer, whisperer, whatever you want to call it, and it's proven in Kellen Mond's senior year. Right now, he's playing the best he's ever played. He's playing what everybody hoped he would have played like since last year. He's finally coming into his own, guys. I'm those throws that I saw this weekend were so accurate. They were coming out hot with velocity on it. They were coming out with confidence, and that's the type of Kellen Mond we need in order to do what we're trying to do with the rest of the season, and that's go undefeated. Um, so big props to Kellen Mond. If you see this, young man, big props to you. You've been a great leader to your teammates. Keep it going. Don't get bored, as Jimbo Fisher would say. Don't get bored. Keep the process going. All right. Next, I'll jump into what I feel good about. I feel good about the running back depth. Running back depth and talent. We saw Devon Etienne score his first touchdown of his young career as a Texas A&M Aggie. He scored a touchdown, breaking 2, 3 tackles on the way to the house. Man, come on. Good job, young man. Good job. You know what I'm saying? That was fun to watch. I know your teammates was proud of you, and just think about that, guys. Just think about that. We just got two commitments over the weekend. I believe right before the game, we got two commitments. One from a very very talented 3-star running back who is speedy and can do some things on that field just like Devon Achane. So that running back depth and talent is going to be so key to our future to running the ball. I'm very happy about that. I feel good about that. Isaiah Spiller had another phenomenal night. Another phenomenal night. Anaya Smith with he doesn't really get as many carries as he probably would if we didn't have all those opt outs and everything that we had. But he has made the most of his opportunities. Every time that man touches the ball, he has one goal in mind, and that's to get into the end zone. And I love that about him. Uh, he's going to be key to us, especially if we're able to get into the playoffs this year. Um, we had Spiller who had 21 carries, 82 yards. Then we had Devon Etienne, 4 carries, 39 yards. Kellen Mond took some decisions and opportunities to run, and he was able to get 32 yards on 6 attempts, and then Anaya Smith 3 attempts, 31 yards. All right. Um, the next thing that I feel good about is our starting O line. Our starting O line has made great strides, great strides this year, and I'll go back to this. I mentioned this in the previous video, but I want to state it again. The reason why our offense and our O line is doing so well is not particularly because our O line is just 10 times better. It's a combination of things. It's a combination of Jimbo Fisher's scheme, okay? Utilizing those guys at what they are best at doing, putting those guys in the right position, calling the right plays and the right schemes to fit his personnel. It's about the players themselves progressing over the off season, and it's about Kellen Mond getting the ball out quickly and feeling that pressure. Whereas maybe last year he probably would have held on to it longer and taken a sack, or maybe he wouldn't have thrown it away and he would have took a sack. So it's a combination of all three of those things. Why our offense is doing well, why we haven't given up a sack since Vanderbilt game, and why we are continuing to see our offense progress. So great job online, great job Kellen Mond, and we got to give a great gig him for Jimbo Fisher and his scheme, and making sure those guys know what their jobs are. Like you say, win your play, win your box. Whatever your job is, do it better than the other man every play. And they've been doing that for the most part. Next thing I feel good about is the defensive line ability to create pressure. We've been getting a lot of pressure this year, lots of pressure. Not always converting into sacks, not always converting into sacks, but we've been getting a lot of pressure. And when we needed it most, we got those sacks that we needed. Great job by Terrell, I believe his name Terrell Johnson, number 3 for the defense. He's made a big stride this year as well, and he played well last year. But I haven't seen as much as I wanted to see from Michael Clemens. He started off very very hot, and then he's kind of been just good. He hasn't been great as I would have hoped that he would be, but he's been good, uh, really good. The whole D line has been really good. 35 freshman McKinley Jackson, very good as well. He's gonna be he's gonna be big for us. I believe I'm not sure if we got Bobby back or not this game. I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing him out there, but I know one thing, he'll be back for the next game. Um so yeah. Uh, the thing about the D line is that in this game, I really was a little uh I was a little disappointed as far as the way we allowed Arkansas to run the ball, because we were the number 4 defense against the run. I don't know if we still are. Um, but we allowed Arkansas too many yards rushing the ball, and they implemented a scheme that's going to be very similar to the scheme that we see against Auburn. They do a lot of that zone read and sweeps and all of those type of things to get your eyes moving and to make you make mistakes on the defense. So if this is any telltale sign about how we're going to do against Auburn, I hope that defensive coordinator Mike Elko is taking notes of this, and he's going to bring this back up, you know, when we get to Auburn week, because they're going to be running similar things. And this week we did not do very well in um, stopping that type of offense. They were able to have success against us, against our number 4 um, run defense. Uh, Arkansas had Raheem Boyd, who had 18 carries for 100 yards. Franks, the quarterback, had 16 attempts for 91 yards. Uh, and then second string running back Smith had 5 carries for 30 yards. I mean, Everybody was balling out on us as far as running the ball. That's over 200 yards uh, rushing that we gave up. Um, that's we got to do better with that. I expect better from that defense, from Buddy Johnson and those D tackles, and I'm sure that we'll get it together. I'm sure that we'll get it together for sure. The last thing that I want to say I feel good about is a guy I just mentioned, Buddy Johnson at linebacker. Buddy Johnson at linebacker, bro. This dude is out here balling almost every single game, if not every game. He's out here being the lead tackler at the end of the game. He's running. He's out there in pass coverage. He's doing it all, and he's put himself in position, even if he gets beat. Because I do believe he got beat on one of those touchdowns. Even if he gets beat, he's 90% of the time in the right position to defend, and he's like being such a great leader, such a great teammate. I do believe that he's going to go down as one of our best linebackers at Texas A&M. Like I I feel like he's better than Dotson. He's better than um Alaka. I mean, he just came into his own this year. I'm glad he came back this year, and according to the stats, he had 12 total tackles, nine solo, two tackles for loss, and a sack. And the next closest was seven total tackles by Demani Richardson, somebody who also played a very good game. Um, we had a lot of, as far as the secondary, we had some drop. Uh, we had a lot of issues in the secondary, but we already know that our secondary is not the best in the country at this moment. We still working on that. We still a work in progress, guys. Aggie fans, we know, what's going on with this. This ain't catching us by surprise. I said that Arkansas was going to get some yards on us. That's why I had them getting 21. But all the pass interference penalties, we got to do better than that, though. We got to do better than that. One of them, I don't agree with. I don't agree with the ref because you could clearly see in the replay that Antonio Johnson, who also got a targeting penalty in the game, Antonio Johnson had his face mask pulled down while he was trailing the receiver, but they called the face mask on him. How he do that? I don't know. I can't even tell you. But um, I mean, Leon O'Neal, hey brother, I love you, you know, but you've been having some up and down games, man. You've been having some up and down games. But the blame ain't all on one person at all. The blame is on the unit, as a whole. We just gotta play better. We just gotta be in the right spots. We gotta take advantage of opportunities. We had some passes that were dropped that could have been interceptions, um, and really turned the tide. And maybe they wouldn't have got those garbage touchdowns. But overall, I say our defense has the identity of our defense right now is to bend but don't break. You're gonna get some yards on us. You're gonna get some yards, but for the majority of the time, we're gonna keep you out the end zone. Only person scored high on us was Alabama, and they do that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm feeling good about where we stand, um, and I feel like it was a great game overall. Anything I didn't talk about? Let's see. Receivers. Hezekiah Jones came back. He was the main target for Kellen Mond. He looked for him a lot, and he looked like he was ready. He was out there running routes like he was ready, and you saw the difference in the confidence and everything. So he helped move things along, and I believe that he's just getting started. He's gonna be doing more as the time goes on for sure. Um, Uh, Vladimir was great, catching tough passes, taking some hits. Got the touchdown at the back of the end zone. He's been a phenomenal piece as well. I love the two back sets that we've been doing, especially close to the goal line, because that really puts teams in trouble. They have to watch out for the run. They have to stack that box, and that leaves opportunities out wide for our playmakers to make plays. Overall, man, we're doing so good right now. We're doing so good, and we just need to keep pushing forward. We're not at our peak at all by any means. We can still get better. We had two holding penalties in one drive. That usually would kill any offense, but we were able to overcome that and still score the touchdown. That's the progress that I like to see. That's what I want to see more of, but without the penalty. So let's go ahead and get that get that stuff cleaned up and 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 defense we need to get back to who our identity is. We stop teams from running the ball. We're going to see that type of offense again against Auburn. We might see it we might see it before that if teams feel like, oh, we can get at them with this, you know, they weak in this point. If y'all don't address it, I promise you, it's gonna come back up and it's gonna bite you in the rear end. So that's today's episode, guys. That's what I saw from the game. That's my review of the game, and just look forward to what we're gonna be doing for this week as far as a preview for this week's game. Um, this has been another episode of Let's Talk Ags. I keep it raw, uncut. I don't do too much editing because I just want to come off free off the dome. I really don't plan this stuff much, guys. I just call it as I see it, and I hope y'all enjoying the content. I'm not gonna be pressuring nobody to subscribe to my channel, but you already know if you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed the video, that you are able to subscribe. You are able to support. You are able to give this video a like, which would allow it to be seen by other Aggies, other Arkansas fans, other SEC fans. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next video.